Here's something you don't see every day. Three comedy legends crashing the same segment like it's 2006 all over again. But here's where it gets controversial. Was this nostalgic reunion actually better than the current format? During a recent Saturday Night Live episode, Amy Poehler didn't just show up to host, she temporarily commandeered the iconic Weekend Update desk. And if you thought that was the only surprise of the evening, think again. Two other comedy powerhouses, Tina Fey and Seth Meyers, made unexpected appearances alongside her, creating a moment that had longtime SNL fans losing their minds. Yes, regular anchors Colin Jost and Michael Che were there too, but let's be honest, they got upstaged hard. The magic really started when Fey, who had already popped up during the show's cold open sketch, decided to grace Weekend Update with her presence for a second time that night. As if that wasn't enough to send the studio audience into a frenzy, Seth Meyers, another beloved SNL alumnus, joined the party as well. So how did this epic reunion unfold? It all began when Poehler called out one of Jost's jokes, challenging its quality. Rather than letting the criticism slide, they decided to resolve their creative differences through what they dubbed a good old-fashioned Weekend Update joke-off. The moment Fey and Meyers walked into frame, the audience absolutely erupted with thunderous applause and cheers. "Oh, did somebody say Weekend Update joke-off?" Fey quipped as she entered. Jost, ever the quick-witted host of the Good Hang podcast, immediately introduced the surprise guests with his signature humor. "My first wife and second wife, everybody." The competition format was simple but hilarious. Jost established the premise. A woman in Tennessee broke a hospital record after giving birth to a 13-pound baby, and go. Then each comedian took turns crafting their own punchline to the same setup. Poehler fired the first shot. A woman gave birth to a 13-pound baby, which was so big he slapped the doctor on his ass. Fey followed with her own spin. A woman gave birth to a 13-pound baby, and the new baby's name is Ah. Imagine the screaming involved in that delivery, and you'll get the joke. Meyers kept the momentum going with his contribution. A woman gave birth to a 13-pound baby. Damn, did she give birth to it, or did it drive out? The joke-off continued with rapid-fire punchlines flying between all five comedians, Poehler, Fey, Meyers, Jost, and Che, until Poehler confidently declared victory. "We won." And this is the part most people miss. This wasn't just a random reunion. These three comedy titans share serious history. Poehler, Fey, and Meyers worked together as SNL cast members for 5 consecutive years, creating some of the show's most memorable moments. Fey departed the series first in 2006, though she continued writing, which left Poehler and Meyers to carry on for 2 more years as castmates. Poehler eventually said goodbye to her cast member role in 2008, while Meyers continued until 2014. Saturday's episode marked Poehler's 3rd time returning to Studio 8H as a host, with musical guest role model providing the evening's performances. Earlier in the broadcast, she reunited with Fey once again during the cold open, where they portrayed political figures, Bondi and Kristi Noem, respectively. The Parks and Recreation star used her opening monologue to acknowledge a major milestone, SNL's official 50th anniversary. She reminded the audience that the very first episode of the groundbreaking sketch comedy show premiered exactly 5 decades earlier on October 11, 1975. But Poehler didn't just stick to celebration. She also took aim at a controversial topic that's been making waves in the entertainment industry. Specifically, she criticized the concept of AI actress Tilly Norwood, a digital creation that recently generated headlines when her studio announced they were actively seeking representation for her. For those unfamiliar, this AI actress sparked significant debate about the future of human performers in entertainment. I remember watching the show in the 70s, sitting in my house in Burlington, Massachusetts thinking, I want to be an actress someday. At least until they invent an AI actress who's funnier and willing to do full frontal. Poehler joked, her sarcasm cutting through the uncomfortable reality many actors face. She didn't stop there. Poehler continued with a more heartfelt, yet still pointed message. I know it can feel like times are very tough right now, And in some ways, they always have been, and they always will be. So I'll just say this. If there's a place that feels like home that you can go back to and laugh with your friends, consider yourself lucky. And I do. And to that little AI robot watching TV right now who wants to be on this stage someday, I say to you, beep boop beep boop, which translates to, you'll never be able to write a joke, you stupid robot. But here's the real question that nobody's asking. Are these nostalgic reunions a celebration of SNL's legacy? Or are they a sign that the show is relying too heavily on past glory instead of building new iconic moments? Some might argue that bringing back beloved alumni is exactly what fans want to see, especially during milestone celebrations. Others might counter that the show should be focusing on creating the next generation of comedy legends rather than constantly looking backward. What do you think? Was this Weekend Update joke-off a perfect tribute to SNL's golden era, or does the show need to stop leaning on nostalgia and start building new traditions? Should AI performers like Tilly Norwood be welcomed as innovation or rejected as a threat to human artistry? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't hold back if you disagree.